To God be the glory, and welcome to this, our real illuminating moment. I'm O.W. Prince, and welcome to part 3 of our discussion, Do You Have the Perpetual Sign? And let us introduce today's discussion with a scriptural text from Exodus 31. Say to my especially chosen ones, you must observe my Sabbath. This will be a sign between me and you for the generations to come, so you may know that I am the Lord who makes you holy. It will be a sign between me and my chosen people forever. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, and on the 7th day he rested and was refreshed. Many sincere churchgoers believe Christ actually nailed the Sabbath command to the cross, thus abolishing the need to observe the Sabbath. But the scriptures speak to the contrary. YESHUA HaMashiach, the one we better know as Jesus, clearly stated that he did not come to abolish the Sabbath or any of the other 10 commandments. Christ actually came to magnify and bring out the spiritual meaning of the commandments of God, which of course would also include the Sabbath commandment. Yeshua's own words were, do not think that I have come to destroy the law or the prophets. I did not come to destroy, but to fulfill. For assuredly I say to you, till heaven and earth pass away, not one jot or one tittle will by no means pass from the law. This account can be found in Matthew 5:17 through 18. Now the word translated fulfill means to fill to the full, such as filling up a glass to the very top with water. It means to make totally complete. YESHUA HaMashiach, the anointed one from Father Yahweh, came to show the full meaning of the law of Yahweh. So we will not strive to live by the letter of the law, for the letter killeth, but strive to live by the spirit of the law, which giveth life. For the Father is spirit, God is spirit, and we are to serve him in spirit and in truth. So we are to strive to live by the spirit of the law, which gives life. There are those who seek to twist this scripture by saying that since the Lord came, there is no longer a need to live by the law of God because Yehoshua fulfilled the law for us. But this cannot be the explanation of this passage, because the rest of Matthew 5 gives us example after example of how we are to live by the spirit of the law. For example, a man must not only refrain from committing physical adultery, he must also control his mind so as not to look upon a woman with lust in his heart. Verse 27 through 28 of Matthew 5. The Lord came to magnify the eternal law of God. And I emphasize the eternal law of God, for God does not change and he is everlasting. And he came to magnify the eternal law of God and not to minimize it. Yehoshua gave us the true intent of God's holy law to govern the way we both think and act. To govern the way that we both think and act. For sin or transgression and iniquity can be wrapped up and found in our hearts, in our intentions, in the way we think, and in the way we act. And the Lord came to magnify, to expand and expound on the external law of the Father, to give us an understanding that we are not to be governed by the letter of the law which killeth, but to be endowed with the Spirit of God which giveth life. We are to be governed in our way of thinking and in our way of acting by the Spirit of holiness. Now this concludes part 3 of our lesson, Do You Have the Perpetual Sign? And until next time, I've been your host, O.W. Prince. To God be the glory. Keep looking up.